What is going on? What is going on? What is going on, party people? It's your boy, Coach D Brown, from a big leaguer, from a first round pick with the Kansas City Royals, giving you all the information, all the knowledge that goes on with this youth baseball space, helping kids get extra exposure and helping kids get into school. If you need any help with any of those, holla at your boy as we go into the next showcase in the next location. And we'll be airing this soon. We'll be in Atlanta February 20th. All right, and I'll get the location and everything out there for what's going on for the next showcase, and hope to have a great show out like I did in Montgomery, Alabama. All right, so listen, hope everybody's doing well, getting there. LaShawn, what's up, family? What's up? What's up? All right, shout out to all my people out there in Alabama that showed your boy some love coming out there in Montgomery, and you know. Having a good. Keish, what's good? Texas is in the building. All right. All right. So anyway, I wanted to kind of just talk about a couple of stories coming in. All right. I'm pulling up in the. Okay. Cool. All right. ATL in the building. All right. ATL is in the building. All right. Javier, what's up, baby? All right. Miami in the house. South Florida is in the building. All right. RIP. I know I see the background, Javier. That's right. Today is the 1 year anniversary of one of the greatest athletes, man. And RIP to my boy Kobe Bryant, right? Drafted the same year as myself, same age, same everything. I saw some of it a little bit earlier, the little tributes and stuff, man. It's still hard to see, hard to believe that he's not around. So shout out to Kobe Bryant. And I just spoke about Kobe. We were just talking about mentality of athletes, and we talking about Hank Aaron, right? I spoke about it right here on the show, talking about Hank Aaron and the mentality of the athletes. It will make what makes certain athletes so great, and obviously Kobe being one of the most mentally strongest athletes that ever lived. It's not just the talent, but the mentality that you need to have to take that game to the next level, man. So shout out to my boy Kobe, all right? And RIP. So I wanted to kind of hit on this topic, man. We was talking to one of my guys earlier today and one of my parents, and we were talking. Jansen, what's up? Michigan is in the building. So this past weekend, I had a story, and a lot of things had to change because of situations that happened with the timing, lights. It was just a few issues that it happens right during showcase, and nothing ever really just runs extremely smooth. But one of the bright spots of this, right? I had one of my kids that I've known for a while, and mom is a good friend of mine and been listening to the show for a while. He was his arm, basically he's a plus arm, got a lot of things going for him, you know what I'm saying? All right. Serge, what's up, baby? ATL is in the house. All right, what up, Sergio? So he wasn't going, he was scheduled to throw the next day on Sunday, and he wanted to, wait. His coach had advised him to wait the next day, but there was certain scouts that was there that really came to see not just the kids that were in my showcase, but I actually thought he was going to be coming to the showcase, but he didn't. But they wanted to see him throw. He goes to this particular academy that we had this in. So one of the issues that we had was that he, had thrown. He was trying to have enough days rest to throw the next day in a scrimmage game. But when you're in this atmosphere, when money is involved, when scholarships and potential draft money, all right, is involved. It may be certain times from a parent standpoint, or definitely from a player standpoint, that it may be a college coach that you may accidentally run into after a full practice, and he may want you to do something extra, or maybe a scout that wants to see a kid hit a throw, and you may be physically tired, or again, we don't want to hurt yourself, right? If you threw a full game or something and you don't want to go back out there and throw just for the scout and all of that. But scouts are usually pretty good about asking certain questions about when the last time you threw and all of that, right? So when it's your chance to get evaluated anytime, any place, you have to take a full advantage of this. This is not Sometimes scouts come from all over. Sometimes they may be right down the street. But when a scout or an evaluator, a recruiter wants to see what your kid has, okay, there's no questioning. There's no second guessing. I don't care if it's Division III school or Division I or a professional scout or anybody that can sit here and potentially give you money to come to their school, okay, or essentially give opportunity to give you an opportunity to go to their school. You need to take full advantage, no matter where it is. You know what I'm saying? No matter how tired you may be from practice. Again, there's a difference between tired and potentially hurting yourself, okay? But if he wants you to take extra ground balls, he wants you, to swing more, all right? He wants you to potentially, even though you wanted to rest the five full days, all right? But he's like, listen, we're in town now. Can you throw for us now, okay? That these are options. These are opportunities, not anything bad. You know what I'm saying? You can't negotiate with certain scouts or anything like that. When it's time to throw and they want to see you and they're there, you got to take full advantage. Okay. I'm gonna just tell you a story of mine, right? I was a senior in high school, and we're practicing and playing every day. But this one particular day, it was raining, and the game got canceled. And the scout friend of mine, all right, now he's front office with the Atlanta Braves, all right, but back then he was an area scout. Again, that's a whole nother subject about the guy that you may be dealing with on the professional level, recruiting level. He may become the next coach at another school or the next, you just never know. I'm gonna tell you this quick story, all right? I'm just telling you all people that's involved. So this is getting crunch time for me for when it comes close to the draft. And to me personally, I think of it as a day off. You know what I'm saying? Like it rained, and my 17-year-old mind at the time is just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We got the rain out, and we get to go to the crib. So the Pittsburgh Pirates scout at the time, right, who's now with the Braves, came to me. He was like, yo, D, we got too many big people in town. You have to hit. And I was like, yo, it's raining out there. He was like, yo, I don't care. All right, I don't care. You have to hit. He's like, yo, we got some big people in town, meaning, national court checkers and general managers. Okay. And I'm giving you the story about pro side, but it could be a rain out, and that coach from a D1 school may have, came to see you play. All right. And it rained. Okay. And there's a rain out or something. Right. But they want to see something. Okay. So you can go home and chill and all of that, or you can go and take advantage of this opportunity like I did. All right. They went ahead and so they asked me to go hit. And I was like, at first I'll be honest, I was like, damn, I thought I was gonna go to the crib, but okay. He was like, yo, D, you got to do this for me. Come on. All right, come on, get you. And I was like, it's raining. They was like, I don't care. Come out here. So my coach was like, listen, I ain't shagging. Everybody had left. I was the only one left there. All my other teammates and coaches had left. It was just me and my head coach. We went out to the ball field, and it was a little drizzling rain, but it already had rained hard. Puddles everywhere. All right, we didn't have indoor cages like some of you guys have, right? And so we went out there, and my head coach threw batting practice to me, all right, in front of about 20 dudes. I didn't even know they were there, all right, about 20 dudes, and it was about 5 or 6 different teams, and their big wigs was in town, okay, GMs. I didn't know this at the time, but again, I could have very easily been like, nah, because I wanted to. I was like, y'all ready to go to the crib? They were like, yo, we need it. So, you had to change as it goes. I went and go hit, put on a show, right? Hit, did my thing. Later on, after I hit batting practice, my coach, I told the story before. My coach says, well, guys, I hate to tell you this, but I ain't picking up these balls. And the guys, all the scouts and the general managers was picking up D Brown's balls. All right. That's how, it ain't gonna happen again. But that's how this used to be back in the day. All right. I mean, it happens now. They want to see you hit, and there was no other guys out there. My coach was like, yo, I threw batting practice, but I ain't picking up these balls. Italian guy. Shout out to my boy, Coach Fino. So he went out there, all these, I had cross checkers and scouts and stuff picking up D Brown's balls. All right. I would say by about 20 years later. No, I'm sorry, 10 years later. 10 years later, I get traded to the Oakland A's, okay? And Billy Beane, all right, Mr. Billy Beane, who Brad Pitt played in the Moneyball and all of that, right? Comes to me. He's like, yo, D, glad to have you, man. It took all these years. I finally got you over here, man. He's like, do you know what? You remember this day? Do you remember this day when we wanted you to go hit and you hit in the rain up in New York at your high school? And we ended up all of us ended up picking up ball. I said, all of us. I said, you were there? He said, yeah. He said, I was assistant GM. I was like, I was over there shagging D Brown's balls in the outfield. I was like, whoa, really? He said, yeah, all of us is out there picking up your balls out there. He goes, I remember that day. That was my scouting stories, that we were out there picking up D Brown's baseballs after he put on the show hitting batting practice. I was like, damn, I didn't even know he was out. He's like, yeah, you wouldn't know who I was. But I was assistant GM. I was out there looking at you. We were thinking about drafting you, and we were out there. All right. I tell that story. It's funny here and there, but the bottom line is you never know, right? When somebody needs you to do, go outside and hit in the rain, right? For them to see what they, what you can do, because they're flying in town. Sometimes, you have to, be a big boy, put up your pants and go show what you got. You know what I'm saying? It could be the weather ain't gonna be right, the timing ain't gonna be right. You could be physically tired. And in my case, I wasn't physically tired. I was like, yo, it's a day off. I looked at it, we get a rain out. He's like, yo. And he was like, and I was like, yo, it's raining. He was like, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo. So I'm hitting outside. It had physically stopped. It was just drip, like a little drizzle, but it was puddles everywhere. All right. To see grown men in suits and stuff out there picking up my balls and the slush and all of that. And my coach is like, D Brown, those some pretty expensive shaggers right there. I was like, I know, right? Which is crazy, right? So I'm just saying. My guy came through this past weekend. The scouts wanted to see him. He was trying to negotiate with these guys to come back tomorrow. There was no negotiating with that. You know what I'm saying? These dudes is like, yo, you're telling a professional scout right now to come back tomorrow. How does that sound to us? And he was like, well, I'm saying, And he was like, nah. He said, we're here now to see you. What's up? And that's exactly what he did. He went out there and showed what he had. And to the point where one of the other scouts was going crazy, in love with the kid. And, because they wanted to see him. All right. So my point to that whole story is just like, again, you could be physically tired. I'm telling scout stuff, right? But it could be college coaches, because it happens. Okay. When recruiters are coming and they want to see certain guys, there's nothing for them to pull guys off to the side, put extra work in them and all of that. And then they're testing your attitude. Okay. They're testing if, you had an attitude, if you want to work some extra. All right. Which, you would never think that it would be. All right. But that's the same type of thing when a college coach reaches out to the player and the player essentially doesn't respect that coach's time. And when he reaches out to him and he's getting, no phone call back for a couple of days, or they have a scheduled call and you're late to the scheduled call. That shows like, yo, you don't value, what's going on. The value that's hard-earned college money that you're potentially costing yourself and your family by not being responsible. Okay, all of that all ties in. All right, just remember what I'm telling you. Okay. Now from these showcases over this weekend, I had two coaches. One I got through to one today. One left a message, but they also reached out to me about more players that were there. All right. They needed information on a couple players they didn't necessarily get. Okay. So more wheelings and dealings are coming from the showcase. I talked about it a lot yesterday. Okay. But, I had Coach Whittle from Stillman reach out to me about a kid that he's like, man, I don't know what I did with this number. So I just so happen had the spreadsheet right there with all the information. And I was able to give the kid the number, man. All right. It's still ongoing. All right. That's the beauty of this. What I'm saying is, they're going to still look through their notes. They're still going to, right? I said 6 offers yesterday. I guarantee there's going to be more. Guaranteed. It's going to be more. All right. That doesn't mean necessarily they're going to be going to the school and all that, but six kids got offers already, and there's still more that's trickling, because now they're going to finalize and start looking through their names and stuff and see what's going on. I haven't even talked to everybody that was at the showcase on Saturday. I haven't talked to, except for briefly after practice, and I didn't get any specific names about who they liked, who they didn't like here and there. They didn't put anything, on paper to show me. And then when you got to understand too, it's a competitive nature over there. Many of those guys, you know, they're going to be competing against some of the same kids. So they ain't going to tell me in front of everybody else. You know what I'm saying? They'll call and tell me like, yo, you know, what's going on? So, you know, again, I'm just telling you some certain stories that I felt like, you know, needed to be heard. All right. Ty says, why wouldn't kids be excited to work on in front of a scout? That's crazy. It looks even worse not to go out there. Everyone got 5 pitches and 5 swings in them if they're that good. No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. And, you know, it's not like he didn't want to, you know, go out there, right? But, you know, he listened to his coach and he wanted to save his bullets for the game tomorrow. And just being, you know, new to the whole game. Like I said, I was in that position as a 17-year-old. You grasp things, but you really don't. You know what I'm saying? So I was more, Miguel, what's up, family? Good talk with you, man. All right. Another one joining my group today. All right, his son came out there and balled out this weekend. All right, so good talking with you earlier, Miguel. You're gonna get that paperwork. We're gonna get this thing going. All right, but I was more than willing, all right, to walk, you know, get in the car and drive to the, you know what I'm saying, go to the house, knowing that not only did I ended up finding out it was 3 GMs that was there: the Pirates GM at the time, the Oakland A's GM, not only Oakland A's GM Sandy Alderson, but his assistant GM who became Billy Beane. Right, you know what I'm saying, was there. And I want to say it was like 3 GMs there. All right. And for you guys to understand, at that particular time, when the GMs come, they only come in one time, pretty much, to see the kid and get the okay, because it goes through the system. All right. Romeo, what's up, family? All right. Coach, that's the truth. We had a private workout yesterday. All right, Herman, let me know how that thing went. You know what I'm saying? That's how this thing goes, man. You know, you got to put everything down and just go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no, like, negotiating. You could be tired. You could be all of that. But when thousands of dollars is involved, okay? And when I say thousands of dollars is involved, I'm not talking about the potential thousands of dollars that the college is potentially going to, you know what I'm saying, save you. All right, I'm talking about all the $1,000 you done spent, you know what I'm saying, to get to this point. That's the dollars I'm talking about. You try to recoup this money. You know what I'm saying? So how crazy it is for you to be like, nah, I don't want to do it. Nah, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, whatever. I'm one. I was guilty. You know what I'm saying? Romeo, yourself, family. All right. I was one. You know, I'm just saying. So what happens sometimes, you get, you know, eventually you get to that point where you strive and you thirst for that attention from that college coach and all of that. Eventually, it becomes pretty routine. When you are at a certain level, when these colleges start reaching out to you on a regular basis, it gets from being super excited, oh, yo, somebody, whatever, to who else called? Who called again today? Who I need to call back? Who left a message? Who tweeted me? Put a message over there, who DM'd me. All right, I promise you, it gets like that, and that's when you kind of get less and less. You know, you get away from everything. You lose the fact that where you were just a year or two before, when you didn't have nobody hollering at you, or just 2 or 3 months before, when you didn't have nobody talking to you, or you were 14 years old or 15, you were seeing your friends and your buddies committing, and you wasn't in that position. All of a sudden, I call it that momentum. That energy turns into right to you. All right, and now you start getting the love. All right, now you start getting the attention. All right, and it's funny. Like, I start seeing moms, I see dads, and I see the kids. They, you know, sometimes they forget. Like, yo, you remember? Nobody wanted you. Now a Division II, a Division III school wants you, and you poo-pooing and you sticking your nose up to them when you just didn't have nobody. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's you got to be careful. You got to be careful, because, you know, my pops always said that, what, you know, one bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush, right? You know what I'm saying? So you can wait and poo-poo and look down on a particular school until, you know, and kind of like try to play it and play them, and then you're gonna get, you know, bitten by, you know what, all right, in the future. So just remember, I'm talking about working out. I'm talking about, you know, respecting the coach's time, and I'm talking about basically understanding how this thing works. Okay, everybody thinks they good. Everybody thinks they need to be better. All right. Everybody thinks, you know, because eventually, again, it all happens. You know, it's not everybody, you know, but there are a lot of kids out there that don't thirst for attention, want to, you know what I'm saying, want that, you know, that recruiting process to start. I want that first official letter, like real letter, not no just generic emails and generic letters. I'm talking some real attention, all right? Some real phone calls, all right? Some real stuff coming, all right? Then it becomes I hate to say it becomes routine, all right? So I'm just saying, just be careful, okay? Because with so-and-so school that you think is beneath you, okay? And then the other school comes over there, it's like that pretty girl, right? You got the average girl. I told the story in Dallas. They all laughed at me, right? But it's the truth. I tell the story all the time. I'm like, you got that average girl that treats you good, that'll rock with you. And then all of a sudden that pretty girl coming in, everybody want them and they look good. And you go ahead and kill, stop talking to this average girl. But that pretty girl, all right, she get all the attention. She likes your attention for that little bit. But then as soon as that attention, you know what I'm saying? The next big best good looking dude come over there, she cuts you to the curb, and now you go crawling back to the average girl who was with you and riding with you from day one. All right. And now she looking at you crazy. I hope you get my analogy when I'm talking. All right. When it comes to these schools, okay. So the high school coach thinks it's more important to throw in a game than in front of a scout. That's crazy. That means the coach is only concerned about himself. I may have to change programs. Coach should have worked out a schedule so the kid have been ready for the scout. True. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They have scouts coming down there all the time. I'm not saying, but it was just these particular scouts that wanted to see him. All right. That's what up, Coach D. Can't wait to bring my son to one of your camps in Texas. You're going to like him. All right, D. Porter. I can't wait to meet him, man. All right. Can't wait. Hey, Coach, I'm out of Houston. I appreciate this forum. I have a 14-year-old son that needs to hear this. Thanks, Tammy. No doubt about it, Tammy. All right. You can, if other people that's going to be listening to the live, please share, tag somebody that need to hear this. All right. All right. Speak the knowledge. My son is listening to you right now. Good, Herman. All right. I know he's a high level player. All right. I know. I've seen that film. I know what your son is about. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But just remember, everybody get that love right now eventually, but don't be over there poo-pooing and I don't like that school and don't I want so-and-so. Okay. Go ahead if you want to. All right. Real talk, Coach D. If a GM shows up to see you perform, you must be a serious investor. Right. And D-Rob, when I tell you at the time, the scouts didn't tell me, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, I at that time I was smack dab in the middle of it, and scouts, and it'll be nothing. I'm not bragging. Again, it'll be nothing for a GM to be sitting at my house and talking. At that time, this is crunch time. This is when decisions was being made hardcore, and then my 17-year-old mind was, like, yo, it's raining. Word, okay, we out. Okay, good. All my boys is leaving and all of that, and then my coach and the scout was like, yo, D, hey. You ain't leaving. He's like, yo, we need you out there. You got to hit. You got to do something out here right now. Like, listen, my boy, and you guys got to understand this. And I was talking to a mom about this, and I want you guys to understand how this thing works, especially on the pro side. Eventually, I taught college recruiting and stuff, but some of you guys that have kids, are going to experience some of this, okay? And I can't wait to tell the story I'm telling. I could kind of name everything and go from there, man. But I want to kind of give you an understanding of all of this can necessarily change, okay? This is a whole show on its own, but trajectory of a kid, we all know late bloomers. We all, everybody that you feel like if you're 14, 15 right now, that's ranked whatever in these perfect game and PBR rankings and all of that, it's very few guys that stay that route. All right. What you see half the first round guys that, you have these rankings in perfect game and let's just say a 2024 top 30 kids in the country. Okay. Very few. Okay. Very few. I don't necessarily know the numbers, so I could be guessing, but very few of those guys will go all 4 years and end up, first rounders and stuff like that. Very few. Okay. But what you will see more so than those 13 to 14 so-called best kids in America, by the time they become freshmen, what you'll see is half of them being replaced by some kids that, you probably don't even know who they are right now. 2024, they're banging away in some, place in Texas or some place in New Mexico or somewhere up in Minnesota, banging away right now that you don't even know who that 14-year-old stud is going to be at 18. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, things change so fast, all right? And, you know, trajectory of a kid, he can grow, he can get bigger, stronger, faster, boom, 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 and just take off. And now he's a potential first rounder, all right? And things and his attention and everything may go from just nobody talking to you, because I'm experiencing now, and I'm, you know, my mom, who I'm talking about right now, knows who I'm talking. She knows what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Meg, what's up, family? You know what I'm saying? Like, it goes from like no attention to, as you know, to craziness. You know what I'm saying? Within a 12 to 14 month period, it go from, you know, crickets to colleges to scouts and all of this other crazy agents and everything. And it gets really, if you're not prepared, it can really be taxing on you. And that's when you kind of get numb to the scouts and everybody coming to around you and all of that. And that's when you have to be humble enough to remember where you were. You know what I'm saying? Because it does get very taxing, and you do get used to the routine. Everybody's sitting in your house. Everybody's pitching and telling you how much you this and that, what they think about you here and there. You get very numb to it and used to that routine very fast, okay? That's when you have to remember, like, where you were 2, 3, 4 years ago when nobody even knew who you were. See what I'm saying? And some of these kids that you get the attention at 14, 15 right now, all right? They think that it's all this and that, but them are the ones that suffer even more so than anybody, because they're used to the attention. And once they get 17, 18, they may have peaked already. And you know, they may still go D1 and all of that, but they already peaked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, just you know, everybody's trajectory is different. Everybody's story is different. All right. My point is, like, when you out here, bottom line is, when you hungry out here, you know what I'm saying? When you out here hungry, with not too much attention right now, when not too many schools knocking down your door right now, just remember where you are right now, okay? So, because it's soon that momentum, that I call it, that shift comes right to you, where now the perfect games, the TVs, the reporters, the scouts, and everybody, and the recruiters, and everybody's pulling at you and all of that, and you like, yo, dad, just, you know, months ago it was just like this, and now it's like that. You know, where all this attention is coming to me. You know, you enjoy it, but that enjoyment goes by real fast. I'm telling you straight up, man. My people know what I'm talking about. Shout out to my boy Mig. Mig Nunez. You know what I'm saying? Mig went through it with his son. I know he went through it with his son. It go from like nothing to like boom, until like just boom, the faucet. You know what I'm saying? Being where everybody pulling and calling and all that. It could be fun, but it could be very taxing. All right. Let me see. This right here is the reason I love the show. You tell the truth about how it works. No doubt, Romeo. And that's what I do. Like I said, I you know, truth be told, it took me to go backwards to go to, you know, like be going through it right now with the college experience, because again, mine was football and pro, you know, when it comes to colleges. It was like very few baseball. I mean, I had the baseball college coaches calling me, but I wasn't trying to hit them, because I was trying to get a full ride out in football. I wasn't trying to do anything baseball. So all of this baseball talk and everything, that's just being in the trenches right now with these kids, you know what I'm saying, and dealing with them on a regular basis. All right. So the story I'm telling is just what happened on Saturday, okay, where, you know, potentially my guy was going to sit and tell a scout, nah, wait till tomorrow. Like, negotiate with a scout, tell him, nah, I ain't gonna pitch today. Come tomorrow and watch me play. Like, you know, I know that I wanted to be like, boy, please, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You better take your butt out here and throw right now. He's like, and that's my boy, shout out to my boy Easy, Travis Easy, who's guest on the show. He's like, what you mean come tomorrow? He said, we here right now. You got Major League Scouts want to see you right now. What do you mean talking about come tomorrow? What are you telling me? Oh, Lord. And thank God he got the picture. You know what I'm saying? So, D, when it was getting dark on Saturday, I ain't gonna lie, my wife told Super, don't worry about it. If you don't hit, you get it next time. And Super says, no way, I'm going to wait as long as he give me a chance to hit, to show what I can do, even if the cage is, hey, goosebumps. I love that. That's the, hey. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, who knows? All right, that 14-year-old kid that came to my showcase, who knows? He may never see that scout, you know what I'm saying, ever again. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Let me put my first impressions to everything. Let me go ahead and put my, you know what I'm saying? Let me put my best foot forward. Hence, 20 minutes later, he's in the cages and all of that. Now the scout was out there taking his name down, showing him. I think he was showing him routines, showing him. I don't know what he was showing him, right? But he ended up talking with him for forever after that. You know what I'm saying? He leaves, that connection is gone. He leaves, that connection is gone. All right. Winter, Texas. We're looking at Jax. We're looking at November. May 22nd, tentatively. All right, 15th to the 22nd. All right, Jax. That's when we coming out there. All right. So Cal in the house, Woody. I think that's you. Good to see you. High school coaches put pressure on these kids all the time. They feel their practice is more important than the college visit or showcase. And you're right, Rodney. You are absolutely correct. Okay, and sometimes when it comes to these high school coaches, it's about wins and losses. Okay, more so than anything else. You know, some of these guys, they go about that's their future, that's their potential side livelihood, or maybe been their main livelihood. All right, so they need you there, and that's when it has to be. You have to really understand and talk to these coaches, understand that, yeah, I love my high school and all of that, but big picture is I want to play at the next level. You know what I'm saying? So like my high school coach, he could have very well been a jerk and would have been like, yo, nah, D, I'm ready to go home and all of that. All right. He looked at me, he's like, this is what you want to do? I was like, yeah, coach. He's like, you know, because my boy taught the scout, shout out to my boy Dana Brown. I'm gonna call his name out, you know, shout out to my boy Dana Brown, front office, front office of the Braves right now, you know what I'm saying? But back then he was an area scout, the same type of scout that was talking to my boy on Saturday. Because again, you just never know. Here it is, 20-some years later. The boy, my boy, Dana Brown could possibly be knocking on the doors of the next GM, right? And I just told you the story about, you know what I'm saying, dudes picking up balls over there. It was Billy Bean and the damn thing. I didn't know who the hell Billy Bean was. I know who Sandy Alderson was the GM, because at that time, I did a little bit of research, but I didn't know Billy was in that crowd of about 20 guys. I had no idea who Billy Bean was. You know what I'm saying? So again, when in this baseball world, me and shout out to my boy Meg Nunez and Tina was on the show. We were talking about this baseball is a small world. Right now, you guys see it. You guys see it from your area, all the top level kids, or the kids that play, travel baseball, and the more you travel, the more you the more you go ahead and begin to play against certain kids and play at the higher level you go. That window goes like this. All right. It's just, from high school now, it gets to be more important people, more bigger people, more Division I, more scouts, more. They all start knowing each other. All right. Mig, I didn't know Mig knew. I knew his agent. You know what I'm saying? I knew the financial advisor. Some of I'm sure scouts and stuff they probably know and talk to over the years. It's just a small world in this business. Okay. So again, if he would have said no to that guy, to one scout over there, you don't know who he knows, who he could go back and be like, yo, I told the kid to go throw. He told me to come back tomorrow. That's all it take. That's all it take. Now, first impressions, who may have never seen that kid pitch yet, all right, will be like, I don't know how bad he wants it. He ain't pitched for, whatever, right? And so now, people start talking and thinking like, because in the draft and, when it comes to recruiting and, they looking again, I tell you, the better you are, the more they dissect you. I told you that last week, right? The better you are, the more they dissect everything about you and your character. But now it ain't a scholarship, and, now it's more scholarship money that they're going to give you. All right. Potentially 4 rides. All right. A full ride is basically like to a college. When I say full ride, maybe a whole lot of athletic money. So essentially, it's to that school. If they give you the more athletic money, that's like the New York Yankees giving a $300 million Garrett Cole contract to Garrett Cole. You are asked to produce right away. Do you understand? You know what I'm saying? How this thing works? You are a hired free agent. That's how it looks. They look at you. It ain't the student athlete. It ain't like a you got time and we're gonna develop. No, if you the better you are and the more money you go to them Power Fives, you are asked to come in right away, just like and come in right away. They ain't coming to get Garrett Cole and pay him $200 million. Like, you take your time to develop. Okay, get time to. We're gonna pay you $300 million, right? You get time to get adjusted to New York. All right, we give you time to get adjusted to the media. Okay, you got 5-10 starts to kind of, get this. No, We want you from day one, be ready to go. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. Now, this is, I'm talking big time, the higher ups, the big time schools, but it could be the mid-major Division I. Look at you, we give you this money, and you're giving you good money to come to the school. All right, it could be a $30,000 a year, but we're going to give you $10,000 to $15,000 athletic money. All right. To some of those schools, their budgets and stuff, that 15,000 could be like, a small market team giving a guy like a long-term deal. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Please, I'm giving y'all real talk right now. All right. I'm hoping to get my boy to one of your showcases if coming to the Northeast. Let me know. No doubt. Very good to see you on, man. We're trying to set something up over there with my boy Danny Perillo at LIU Brooklyn. We're now at LIU Post in Long Island. So I haven't talked to him, but we're going to try to lock something in. I even maybe get up there to my boy Gambino, my boy Mike Gambino, head coach of Boston College. We talked briefly 2 or 3 months ago about maybe doing something in the summer. I just think those guys are just, trying the Division I's. I try not to bother them too much because I know they just hoping that things loosen up and they get back into, doing things and getting their camps and stuff all together. But definitely going to be doing one in New York, all right, over the summer. Good afternoon, Coach. What up, Oscar? Good on Coach and all the listeners. Any plans or dates for New York yet? All right, Oscar, I just said it, brother. I'm gonna try to do something in the summer. All right, hope preferably June or July. With my boy Coach Perillo, we had talked about this, 2 or 3 times this fall about doing a big one in Northeast. Okay, with multiple D1 schools. We're talking again. I'm putting it out there. I like to talk it before it happens, but sometimes that bites me in the butt. Sometimes it happens. Okay, so most of the time it does. But we talked about possibly getting like Seton Hall, St. John's head coach, like 3 or 4 big time D1s, you know what I'm saying? And obviously some other, smaller D1s and junior colleges in and around that Long Island area. So we are putting that together. I need to call my boy Danny Perillo and put that together. All right. And I mean, I hope I can separate the two between Massachusetts and down in New York, but just depending on the location and timing of everything, I definitely want to do New York. All right. Flights are cheap right now. Don't wait for D to come to you. Go check him out and let me. Thank you, Rodney. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, come down here. All right, let's get this working. February 20th. All right, I haven't promoted it hardcore yet. All right, but February 20th. I'm just trying to lock down the field and at least get a handful of coaches. All right. February 22nd. Is it 20th or 22nd? Whatever that Saturday is, I should know that. Let me get it right. Lord have mercy. All right. Tentative dates. All right. We talked about February 20th. All right. I thought it was February 20th. Gosh, you got me thinking. Make sure I ain't wrong. All right. That's Saturday. Yeah, February 20th. Yeah, the 20th. All right, in ATL. Tiff, you said, I'm sorry, we're going to talk. I know this afternoon we'll get up there, all right? Get up to Cleveland, Ohio. We got some guys up here too, all right? Well, we'll I try to go where I have, already established relationship with some D1 schools, all right? Ohio, I don't think, that's, if I could think out loud, I do not have too many, now next door to Michigan, I have, you guys saw Eastern Michigan State, Coach Boss, you know what I'm saying? So you may have to ride out to Michigan. I have talked to Coach Roof over there at Eastern Michigan about doing something. And he was just, his mind right now is trying to get the doors open from COVID. So also reach out to Coach Boss in Michigan, but I have not had too much contact with guys in Ohio yet. So my Ohio guys may have to come over to Michigan, but it's okay. If you really want to do it, you know what I'm saying? Come on over. And like I said, we were just in Alabama. We had my boy Rodney came from Texas. We had my boy Quincy and Stella and her son came from Texas all the way to Alabama. We had Mississippi. We had 10 states. Matter of fact, we had 11 because I was, what state did I see? A shout out to my boy Brenton that came with his son. And I know they're originally from the Virgin Islands. I know they don't live there no more, but I want to even say Virginia. You've been quiet out here on me. All right. I thought I saw a Virginia address. All right. From Virginia. All right. That came. So, okay. Virginia to Alabama. All right, if I'm wrong, tell me, Brandon. I can't remember, man. I can't remember. All right, but I just remember seeing Virgin Islands and seeing Virginia address, on my sign up sheet. Okay, so like I said, it is Tiffany. Good. That'd be great for you to come. Okay, I look forward to having you guys here. I'm just telling you, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna continue to get this thing going. I'm actively looking for 2 places in April. We got February in Atlanta. We got March, California, Hayward, California. Okay, LA area. March 20th. All right. April. We got in April. I got 2 locations. I'm gonna be quiet on this one until I kind of have more, but it will be in the same area. We're gonna go a little mid-south. That's all I'm gonna get a hint at it. But April, we're gonna go there. All right. May, we got Texas. June, we're potentially coming back to Alabama, and then that's when I want to kind of hit Northeast, June, July-ish, because I know July, June, you guys are still in school up in New York, so I want to maybe July get something going up there in New York, and then we're growing from there. And I have nothing past that right now, and I do want to get up to Michigan, potentially Illinois and/or Wisconsin, or maybe all 3, or maybe 1 or 2 of those. I do want to get up north this summer. That's my goal. Is out west. I got March in California. I want to get back to Texas, and I want to hit the Northeast and up there. So those are my dream spots to kind of get this thing off and running the way I want to with showcases. So Illinois, or Michigan. I got to put one in, Wisconsin. That may be the closest one so far that I kind of feel like we can do. I know Wisconsin may not be close to everybody, but that's in the fall. We're talking about doing a fall showcase out in Wisconsin. Then we have Texas. New York and all of that. So we're going to hit up north this summer, along with Texas, Alabama, and then kind of go from there. All right, I'm hoping to pull up that New Mexico. I'm really excited about that one too. So we got, like I said, it's just and we kind of pulling it all together, and see where we can and put these dates and times together and roll. But right now, February 20th is going to put my focus on there. We're just trying to lock down this field, put it down, put this date down. Get the field locked down and put together a nice showcase here in Atlanta, and then we start. Simultaneously, we're going to start marketing. All right, we're already working on that California one. So that California one, I truly believe, will be huge. So if you are in the Cali area, Arizona, Nevada area, we're going to have, if it's up to me, I'm going to have Division II schools and the HBCU live stream. All right, I'm going to put a nice email out to all my connections with the HBCUs, and we're going to have a huge, live stream turnout for the HBCUs. And we're going to have the physical division. That's my goal, to have Division II schools in California, all right, coming. And so that will be pretty huge to have. All right. We're going to have a lot of that's my goal, to have Division II and junior colleges at the California showcase. Okay. We're talking atmosphere. We're talking, food trucks. We're talking, to do it up big. All right. And we're trying to really grow these atmosphere. I want the atmosphere to be there. All right. So along with atmosphere, I've been pretty good pricing and all of that, but they're going to go up a little bit, but I'm trying to develop an atmosphere of having fun, food for the parents, potentially drinks, we'll see how that goes. All right. But sometimes if I go on a college campus, I got to abide by their rules. But if it's like open park, like this one in California, I want it to be, maybe we should go to Cali. All right, Tiff, it's on you, Tiff. You tell me. All right. You tell me, Tiff. All right. You pick. You tell me. All right. All right. But I'm not going to miss the Texas showcase this time. All right, Rube. We're going to have a good time out there, man. And I'm excited about that one too. I think the traction has been building from Texas. I got 2 or 3 kids in my program. Shout out to my boy B Hall. Shout out to Rodney. All right. Shout out to Calvin Dove. Shout out to Quincy and McGraw up in the Dallas area. So I have 4 or 5 kids in my recruiting program from Texas. So, you know, it's only right that I come back and do it up in Texas and do it big. And Texas has been showing me so much love, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're going to do it up and have a nice little, you know, I'm saying all these dates, and I only talked to one of my boys, an ex-teammate of mine with the Royals. We only talked one time about this, but he was like, yo, I can make this happen, D, and you just tell me. So, and I always got a part two. Trust me. I had that Cali thing. I had one of my boys was like trying to do it. He ain't come through, but I keep pushing. I make it happen, and now the Cali thing is happening. Okay. He was like, oh, I'm gonna help you. I'm good, and then he couldn't find whatever, but. Again, and a lot of it had to do with you guys. Okay, a lot of it has to do with you guys, parents, and followers of mine who see the need, one, and see the opportunity that, you know, obviously you may have skin in the game. You may want this for your son and his teammates in an area. You may not get the exposure and stuff like that. That's how this whole Alabama thing jumped off. Again, you know what I'm saying? It's a follower, a friend of some come to me, talking to me like, hey, once you think about doing it here. All right, I do a little bit of research. I think about it here and there, and then I make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And you know, exposure is exposure. You know what I'm saying? It's a decent price that I charge. I try my best to make it happen as far as scouts and coaches there. Okay, even if it's one coach or one scout, I try to make that happen. All right, and then you know it builds from there. Okay. That's my thing is I try to make it a combination thing. I think out of all the showcases I've been to, Dallas might have been the only one that I only had college coaches there. I couldn't get no scout to come through. But Waco, Mississippi, Jackson, Tennessee, Alabama all have pro and college coaches there. Okay. So one city so far, then I couldn't lock down a scout, okay, for whatever reason, you know. But the good thing is, I know in Atlanta I'll have you know 1, 2+ scouts there. I'll have some college coaches there. That's you know right here. That ain't no problem. Cali, I'm lining up those coaches. I think I already kind of got 1 to 2 scouts there. You know what I'm saying? Already potentially lined up. Okay, and then you know the next place or two, I have to work on those getting the scouts and stuff there. But I think I could probably make that happen when and if I choose to make that happen for that date and that location. And then Texas, I have to line up the scout in Texas, okay, which I'll have enough time. And I got the pro connections down there to make this happen this time down there in Houston, okay? So I'm excited about that, all right? So it is what it is. So let's I wanted tomorrow, all right? I will not be on tomorrow, all right? And Cage, all right. Tomorrow I will be on. I won't be on tomorrow, okay. But Thursday I will be joined by big leaguer Reggie McClain, okay, big league reliever, pitching side. Great story. Talked about how he was a shortstop all the way through. Keish said May 15th. Keish, you putting that bid in, huh? All right, May 15th, huh? You putting that bid in? All right. Well, you know, let me talk it over, whatever. Like I said, the 15th or the 22nd, we'll see what's up. And you know, if the dates are right and we make this happen, we'll see. Okay, but I'll set it up and get things popping off and see what's going on and see one of those. All right, but Thursday I will be joined with 2 big tournaments here in Texas the weekend. There's going to be 2 big tournaments here in Texas the weekend of the 22nd. Okay. I think somebody was telling me something else was going on the 15th, if I'm not mistaken, or the 29th. I think the 29th. Yeah. So the 22nd and the 29th. I think somebody else, one of the dads, reached out to me online and told me somebody's doing something on the 29th. I can't remember. But anyway, okay. You know, and that's fine. I get it. You know, I appreciate that info, Keish. All right. I appreciate that information. I mean, Texas is so big and so huge. Pretty much every weekend, I'm sure you guys got something going on. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I already know. So, but what we're going to do, Reggie McClain, all right, relief pitcher for the he's with the Yankees organization now, but was pitching the big leagues with Philly last year. All right, he's going to be joining us on Thursday. So we get a little bit of pitcher's love. All right. Share his story. Good story about changing and being, you know, not wanting to change positions, but end up being the right position for him was the pitch. Didn't really want to pitch, but reluctantly became a pitcher full time and made it to the major leagues. Okay, so we're gonna have him coming on Thursday. All right, which will be super dope. All right, young, pitch out there trying to continue to, be an everyday big leaguer. All right, the grind. Okay, the grind. Not only just make it to stay. All right, 4% make it to the major leagues is even a smaller percentage stay in the major leagues. Okay, so again, I get told sometimes I always tell those doom and gloom stories. Oh, why you always tell those numbers, coach? You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. You kill dreams. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I like telling the story just to let you guys know. And then even the 7% make it to college. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think sometimes the reality needs to set in, especially when I just tell the story. I just told the story early in there about me, other kid, not necessarily wanting to throw, wanting to negotiate with the scout, or anybody else in there talking about, let me go ahead and let me think about it and let me wait to call a coach, when 93% of the kids don't play college baseball. And you're over there telling this coach, or you're thinking about contemplating calling a coach back, even if you don't want to go to school there and anything, you're contemplating, calling that coach back. You know what I'm saying? Where 93% of these other kids out here would love that opportunity that is being awarded to you. All right. Even that bum school that you think, the smaller schools, they take everybody, or I don't want to go there and play, or 93%. I just want you guys to understand. Tell your kids 93%. When you poo-poo in these schools, and some schools raise their hand and say, I want you, okay? Right. Just think about them 93% out there. That's part of the humbleness. That's part of the humbleness out there. All right. That's the same. It's no different from you poo-pooing that school over there. Then the same thing that, you get tired of the coaches and everything hollering at you and the scouts wanting to talk to you and all of that. And you forget that just a year or two ago or 6 months ago, you wasn't getting no love. It's all in the same boat, Just remember, all right? Kill dreams that should motivate you to work harder. No doubt. Yeah, I get it, and trust me, I don't want to I don't share those numbers, man. I just I fully understand what I'll be saying and what I want to get across to you guys. You know what I'm saying? That again, most of you guys are serious about your kids going to college. That's why you take the time out here at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, and 1 p.m. West Coast time. And hell, my boy Lincoln in Hawaii, I don't even know what damn time it is out there, you know what I'm saying? But he taking the time to listen to me way out in Hawaii, Australia, all these places that listen to me, you know what I'm saying? So I know you're serious about this ball, all right? Serious about this, okay? So when I tell these numbers and stuff like that, it's serious business to y'all, which I appreciate, you know what I'm saying? That the 90 kids, the 90 parents, that 90 kids that showed up in Alabama in January and I understand what's going on right now. Trust me. I understand what's going on. We all understand what's going on. But the fact that it is opportunities out here, some very limited opportunities, especially for this 2021s and all of that, like, I don't take that lightly. I know y'all out here, these kids out here grinding away, you know what I'm saying? What's really going on over here? I don't like to bring it up. All right, but I understand. You know what I'm saying? So come on. All right. I'm right with you. I grind with y'all. I hope y'all understand. That's why I'm putting these things on, going to these different locations and all of that. I ain't never been to Montgomery, Alabama before. That was my first time. The day I stepped foot on that field on Saturday was the first time I ever stepped foot in Montgomery, Alabama. All right. So I'm going to places, Waco, Texas, same thing. I've never been to Waco, Texas before until, I went out there in November. Shout out to RIP, my boy, Coach Jimmy Ayala. You know what I'm saying? I never stepped foot in no Waco, Texas before. All right. But I'm willing to go over there, provide, parents and followers or coaches or friends of mine, like, yo, D, you need to come here. Boom. All right. If it lines up, I think we can make it work. We'll make it work. All right. My problem, my thing is I provide the opportunity. I just want the kids to show up. So if y'all, what I'm saying, I provide that opportunity H-Town in May, or Atlanta in a few weeks, or Cali in March, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna provide that opportunity. Now it's up to the kids and the parents and all that to show up if you want, you know what I'm saying? You want that opportunity, all right? That's what I do. I provide opportunity. That's what I say at the beginning. Just providing opportunities. That's all. I talk to mine like adults because life is real. So you have to prepare with them the real world knowledge. Facts. All right. Do the same with mine. Do the same with mine. All right. So listen, that is my time. I'm pulling up on the hour. All right. Remember, tomorrow I will not be on tomorrow. All right. For my Alabama parents. All right. You will have that information tomorrow. No later than Thursday with the times. Just put it all together. I have talked to a handful of parents already. You know what I'm saying? We'll get those times out to you. And thank you, Keish. Appreciate you, Keish. And we are Thursday, you know what I'm saying? Major League, well, like I said, I'm speaking, thinking of me, but current Major Leaguer, all right, my boy Reggie McClain will be on here, all right, sharing his story about the grind, all right? That's all it is. We all grinding, in different ways, you know what I'm saying? I talk about my grind and changing cities and all of that. I know you guys out here grinding away every day, all day too, with your jobs and work, and, I'm talking to parents and stuff, man, the sacrifices and stuff that you guys make to either come to my showcase, or if you want to be involved in my recruiting program, or hell, even buying a hat, or what I'm saying, like, I understand what's going on in these days and times. I don't want ever. That's why I try not to charge what I charge and charge what I really could charge, with connections and stuff that is associated with me. But I try to keep it on that level where pretty much everybody could scrounge up a couple $100, and it could be maybe one less little side of grocery, or one less Jordan, all right, that you got to hold off paying for your kid to come over there and get this exposure. But again, just like I say this all the time, all right, it ain't $700 with the theory of, hey, you're getting exposure. This is true hard facts, and I'm gonna end it with this. 6 kids got opportunities. All right, so for $150 investment, I don't care if it's $1,000 off from school. Okay, that's a $550. All right, that's a pretty much damn near 10x return. All right, you know what I'm saying? A 10x return that they just got for their parents out there by performing for that $150. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe more with gas and food, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But for the investment of $150, okay, to those 6 dudes, and more is coming, because I just talked to Stillman coach today, Coach Riddle, about a kid and all of that. All right, you know what I'm saying? A $150, investment. All right, got them to save thousands in their pockets, potentially, if they choose to go to that school. All right, save them some real bread. All right, thousands of dollars that they save from that $150. I want you guys to think about that. So when you're contemplating, should I come? It's too, is it too much money? Is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? I ask this, do you want to see your kid play at the next level? Are you willing to roll the dice? Everything is a risk, because you're investing in your child, right? And there's no 100% invest, 100%. I'm going to talk financial talk, right, a little bit, right? Shout out to my boy Muzzy Jackson. He's going to be looking at me crazy, right? But there's no 100% investment in any of this, right? And I say this because I'm doing it with my own daughter too, right? We putting the money up and we investing in our kids, and there's no 100% that they're going to go to college on a scholarship, on an athletic scholarship, or go to the pros. There's no guarantee with this. It's a risk and a reward type of thing. You got to, weigh the risk and reward, all right? But I try to make that risk as minimum as possible, that, hey, we walk away, because it was parents that was not happy this weekend. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I can't make everybody happy, right? But for $150, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hard earned or not, you know what I'm saying? $150, I feel very good that at least 6 kids, all right, walked away with the opportunity to play at the next level. Okay? So for the 1, 2, 3 parents that was upset, there were 6 parents that walked away. Potentially, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But 6 parents, I know they, at least they got to feel good that a coach wants them. All right. Then you got a whole lot of other parents and that, like, yo, scouts, you know what I'm saying, got their information, and who knows, you know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother group of kids over there, parents and stuff, that, like, they don't, those scouts don't take names and numbers down just for the sake of, whatever. All right. I'm just saying. So, all right. All right. I'm sorry. It's no excuses. You have to keep it real and tell your son to look at it himself in the mirror and ask if you're really hungry enough and if you want it enough. If the kid flinched, it's time to move on. It's not for everybody. Facts. All right. Robert, I'm gonna get that stuff for you, family. I know. I keep thinking about it. I keep wanting to post. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to post that merch. All right. I'm going to do it. All right. Been thinking about it. All right. That's what it's about. No doubt, Nadine. All right. And when can I purchase your merchandise from my son? I got you, Keish. All right. I will have that link up tomorrow. Thursday. All right. If I put it up, if I could get it earlier, I may post it on my pages. My thing is, I always put it up, but not a lot of people be buying, and I don't keep it up long enough neither. But I will do it for you guys. All I ask is two things. All right. Don't just buy it for your son. Buy it for you too. All right. Buy it for you too, Keish, or my boy Robert. You know what I'm saying? Buy it for y'all too. Because I get asked the dads, and shout out to my boy D Sanders. He's been blowing me up about these hats, and my boy I can't think of it. He wanted 2 or 3 hats. So, and that's on me. But all I ask is that when you buy that stuff, you send those pictures to me. All right. So not only the kid, but parents and you too. All right. I'm happy to the point when you come to Atlanta, I will bring Malcolm. No doubt, Moses. I appreciate that. All right. Good meeting you too out there. Were the parents that were upset more mad because their kids were not as good as they think they were, or were they mad at you? A lot of parents want to blame everybody else for the child's lack of talent. I would not say they weren't necessarily mad that, the kids are lack of talent. They felt like they did not, they were not happy with the, everything that happened. Most of them were catchers, so for the parents that are listening, I had to cut it down because the lights were getting dark. I had to cut down from the catchers during the pop times. So the parents that are upset with the catchers, right? They did everything else, did everything, but we didn't get the pop times. So they felt mad enough to want to, say that they're upset, and they felt like, they shouldn't get, pay the money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's $150. Okay. I wasn't there, coach, but any parent that wasn't happy with how things went, I can only imagine that their kids may not be as good as they think they are. If their kid was a stud, it wouldn't matter if you held a camp in the swamp. A scout can see talent, as parents must have a reality check. Amen. Amen. And certain parents, let's just say certain parents, and they were young, and I think that they're just it was three parents in particular that was a little upset with me, from what I heard. Okay. 2 out of 3 they're freshmen. They were 2024s. So it may be something where they're just getting into the showcase aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? And they were probably a little disappointed and, mad at, how everything's, timing and everything. All right. But, the longer they get into this, when they start paying $600-700 a perfect game, they may get all the lights and the bells and whistles, but the results that they won't understand that until they put their money in there in that $700 and they put this nice, pretty profile, and it's crickets. You know what I'm saying? It's crickets. All right. Where another kid can go put 150, all right, in Montgomery, Alabama, go run, throw, and hit, all right, and have a coach go out there and touch him and say, listen, kid, come here. What's your name? What's going on? All right. It's not a profile. It's not a pen. It's not an evaluation that goes on this pretty website. It's a touch. It's a, hey, come here. It's a scout saying, yo, can you come in? Like, what? What's your name? How do I follow you? Where you at? What school? What's going on? How old are you? All right. That ain't a website. That ain't a profile page on a pretty website. That's tangible. That's reaching out. That's touching. That's like, yo, I like what I see. I'm gonna tell you how much I like what I see by coming and want you to come over and talk to me. All right. We had a line of about 5 or 6 dudes, a couple of scouts, 3 coaches. It was like a smorgasbord at one time. And my people that was there understand what I'm talking about. It was shortstops. Everybody was the infielders and stuff. All the kids that they liked and all that. I was like, yo, come here, yo. And it was like a kid in a candy store. They were talking to these dudes, the shortstops and the infielders and who they liked. And was like, yo, come here. What's your name? Whatever. I was kind of doing my own thing, but I could see in everything. We had 2 or 3 scouts, 3 or 4 coaches lined up. All right. Every time, they liked the player, they would call the player over to them. Like, what's your name? It could be a scout, it could be a college coach or whatever. I understand certain showcases do this, certain PBRs and perfect games. And I'm not just talking about them. Listen, they've been doing it for years. You know, I got a ways to go. They've been doing it. And I know they got the reputation of doing whatever. All right, but I know with the Brown showcases, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, regardless of the lights and the and the you know, the whole you know, the lights ain't come on, and we had a little disrupt, you know, a little chaos and anything like that, and here and there. All right, but what I do know is some kids over there got some real information, got some real likes, some real written down type stuff, some real touches from scouts and college coaches. I pay 150 for that, then 700 for the pretty website when you get crickets on it. All right, real talk. All right, don't let me get on going over there. I got me getting mad on New York and come out on me. Anyway, all right. Let me get back to D Brown, the college coach. I mean, the pretty coach. All right, don't let the gutter come out of me. I wasn't there, coach, but okay, we already talked about that. 8.5, 60-yard dash for 13 years. Is that too slow? Or he's on track. He need to get faster. All right, 8.5 is a little too slow, Pablo. All right, he need to work on that speed. All right, it's a 13. 6 parents signed. Do they have a sign up for your program before they talk to schools or scouts? They don't. They don't. All right. I just found out yesterday, but I did, you know, reach back out to Coach Widow about the kid that they were reaching out to, and I'm going to talk to them. All right. Tia, good to see you. All right. You know, I was very impressed with her son. You know what I'm saying? That was there. I've been talking with Tia for, you know, off and on for over a year, and she brought her son down there. And, you know, I hope she's saying that whatever saying is facts. Real talk, you know what I mean? Like I said, it could have been better, yeah, but it ain't nothing like them tangible. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like seeing scouts and coaches and all of that. Like, yo, come here. That's you know, anyway, that's the atmosphere. That's an atmosphere thing. All right. And again, I purposely kind of wanted schools that had opportunities for these kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I could just bring coaches and just be like, yo, come, and it looks good. Nah, I was like, yo, do you have spots and opportunities to, you know, for these kids to play? Nah, D, yeah, we still open with this. We still that. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact each one of those schools offered a kid or two. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe more. When a high school coach calls me to personally thank me about like, yo, I'm glad I brought X amount of kids. And man, I thank you, D. You know what I'm saying? I made contact. So not only that, the kids get in contact, the high school coach, all right, the ones that came, and it was a handful, and I appreciate those high school coaches that did come. All right. But they started making contacts. Some of these guys don't know all these college coaches and scouts. So not only that, the kids getting in there, but but the high school coaches are making contacts for the future, for the serious ones that really, you know what I'm saying, want to do things for their kids. You know what I'm saying? That's how this thing works, man. So not only did the parents pay the 150 and the high school coach comes out there and makes the contacts with those college coaches. So the next time they don't need D Brown Showcase. You know what I'm saying? Now they see the kid like, yo, I met so-and-so coach over there at D Brown Showcase. Let me holler about a kid that I got. That's the beauty of this thing, man. Come on. D, you are too nice. You are talking to parents and recruiters and scouts without them signing up for your program. Parents might want too much or they really don't understand your value. I get it, you know what I'm saying? But I give. I feel like it'll come to me in you know, in XYZ return. Okay. So for the future though, you know what I'm saying, I will provide the opportunity to work with me before the showcase even starts. Okay. So Tia, what is the Atlanta day? February 20th. All right, Tia. All right, February 20th. All right, Atlanta. We're locking down the day. We have 2 potential high school locations, and I will be lining up the college coaches and all of that. So February 20th, it's a Saturday. We're going to line up and get this ATL thing going. I keep, you know, poking at ATL for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Like it keep happening and take it off in there, but we're going to push through and get this thing going on the ATL side of things. And February 20th, and put this thing together. You know, have some HBCU schools. We're going to have some. You know, I'm thinking about getting some NAIE schools and see who I could round up and scrounge up, you know, come through and see some of these ATL talent out there. So get the word out. If you're in and around the Atlanta area, you want to fly in. Like I know that Tiffany from Texas talked about flying in town. You know, that's what this is about, man. It's about opportunity. It's crunch time for my 2021, especially. I ain't trying to, again, I'm not trying to put no nervousness. I'm not trying to sell you. It's just a reality, okay? So, but anyway, T, it was good to see your son. A lot better than you. I'm all glad. Like, I don't want Tia to get mad at me because I didn't know what to expect. He's a lot better, you know what I'm saying? So Tia, tell Tim he's doing a very good job with your son. I love this swing. Very good athlete, not as raw as I thought he was, you know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of this thing, you know what I'm saying? You see kids in person, you just like, oh wow, you know, I talked about Moses' son, Malcolm, bigger than I thought. My boy Miguel, I was telling him he bigger than I thought. Hands better than I thought. Because a lot of times I just see kids on video. You know what I'm saying? I see kids on video and I see, you know, clips and all that. When I see in person, 9 times out of 10, I'm more impressed in person, obviously, than video. Even though it's a highlight video, I'm more impressed by that. You know, by what they putting out there on the video. So anyway, I'm going to get going. Love you guys. You know, what type do you need for the ATL? I'm sure people are willing to help you. Ask for help. You can't do it all. You're right. All right. Just get the word out. I'm working on the field, the location. You know, just get the word out. That's all. Let's see if the ATL we can make it as big as we did in Birmingham, you know, in Montgomery, Alabama. That's what I asked for. All right. I want a minimum of 60 kids out there. Okay, 60. All right. I haven't put the link up there, so I don't know. You know, tentatively have about 30 or 40 kids that, you know, and through little pre-registering thing. But I want, you know, if I can get 60 kids, I want, you know, my ATL to represent out there. All right. So let's make that happen. All right. If we don't hear nothing but a 20, we may come to Atlanta. All right. Okay. Let me know, Ronnie. All right. Let me know, brother. So, and that's in Houston, Texas coming. Houston, Texas. All right. That's 2 parents talking about from Texas. One from Dallas area, one from Houston. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to come. And I got parents talking about, well, when you come here now, they, you know, but they're different. You know why it's different? Because they're 2021. All right. It's a sense of urgency. I don't know. You may be sitting back and be like, I got time. Until you don't. Okay. Anyway, that's my sell pitch. All right. February 20th. I'm going to put that site up there. We're going to get this field and everything locked down in the next, you know, day or two. Hopefully by Thursday, I'll have the field locked down and I could put the link up there for you guys to start signing up. And we'll make this happen. Okay. Get the word out. All right. And if you're in and around the Atlanta area, all right. If you came from Atlanta down to Alabama, you know, we're going to do it, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be done a little bit cleaner, but it's going to be, you guys know what to expect, okay? I'm going to try to have the same type of atmosphere, same coach, you know, not the same coaches, but, you know, same type of, you know, scouts. I know the scouts is going to be there. You ain't going to worry about the pro scouts not being there, all right? Now, I got to round up the college coaches. We may have a different crew out there and, you know, may have some of the same guys, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to make this happen, all right? What age range are your camps open to? All right. For 20 right now, as we sit here in January, we're 2021s to 2024s. Okay. And even junior college players. All right. We have some kids that have graduated that was in the camp. But on the future, soon as May and June turns around, and wherever your location, I think, Tammy, you said you were in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. You know, as soon as you graduate, you're eligible going into 9th grade, you're eligible to come to my camp. Right now I don't have 8th graders on there because they, you know, they're right on the cusp and they're, you know, certain kids get, you know, recruited in 8th grade, but I want high school kids, either kids getting into high school or been in high school. All right. 500 at the bat and it can't pop 200 or 300 for a plane ride ticket is crazy. All right, Roddy. Hey, you know, I'm calling out them too many people out there. You're right though. You're right. All right. So like I said, tag somebody, let them know February 20th to be coming. Same type of atmosphere. We're gonna make this work out in the ATL February 20th, okay? And I'll have the date that hopefully we can get this field location squared away, and we'll make this thing pop and make it happen. All right. Love you guys. Not tomorrow. Remember, I'm not coming on tomorrow, but Thursday at 8 p.m. we will make this thing roll. 8 p.m. Eastern. 4 p.m. Eastern. All right, with Reggie McClain from our current Major League pitcher. All right. Talk to you guys. Love you guys. Peace and love. Be ready for the ATL showcase. Peace.